and welcome to Wellness Series with Lucia, a platform that gets us in touch with our well-being. The one thing that we always strive for is to cover all dimensions of wellness, and find ways of enhancing and making us much more well and much more healthier. Today we'll be discussing a lifestyle habit that actually has health benefits, but most of the time we tend to, I know I'll get into trouble for saying this, but we tend to take them for granted. Traveling. How many of us travel to get in touch with our well-being? How many of us, when we invest on a vacation, do we actually consider to include a minute or two, a day or two, to actually get in touch with ourselves and self-reflect and have a bit of self-introspection? I think it means more now during the COVID-19 pandemic. Most of the time, we've been told to stay home. Actually, it is the right thing to do. But it gets to a point where our mental, emotional, and even physical well-being needs to just go out there and woosa. Today, we'll be discussing health benefits of traveling, or rather, wellness travel. In studio, I'm joined by a lady who's very passionate about travel and tourism. She knows Botswana very well, and I'm hoping today, she'll give us one or two tips on where to go for us to get in touch with ourselves and feed our spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being. Metsepi, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. And how are you?
I'm great, Tepi. I'm so sorry because I always have it's slightly difficult for me to pronounce your surname. So I'll stick to as Tepi for now.
It's okay.
You are from City and Safari International, a destination management company.
Mm-hmm.
And you on a daily basis deal with travelers.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about it.
Right. So City and Safari International is a Botswana-based destination management company or travel planning company.
Mm-hmm.
So we work with both locals and international travelers.
Mm-hmm.
This is both individuals and corporates.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, our role is to take the hassle away from our clients as they plan for their trips,
Okay.
whether it's local, whether it's within the Southern Africa region. And this is something that we do with so much love, so much passion.
I know. I can see through as you talk right now.
Mm-hmm.
We know that with the COVID-19 pandemic, it has slowed a lot of things down, including travel and tourism.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, we really just want to sit in our little corners and protect ourselves and follow health protocols. With your experience, I would like for you to share your experience and tips with the viewers on the need for them to go out. Obviously following COVID protocols, but going out this time we understand is not really maybe mainly for business, but for you to get in touch with you, have a change of scenery. Are there any health benefits in traveling?
Absolutely. I honestly believe there are a lot of health benefits in travel. I mean, it has also been scientifically proven. I'll just, highlight about 5 habits or 5 health benefits that you get from travel. One of them is that it makes you happy.
Yeah.
You can relate to that.
Definitely makes me happy.
It makes you happy. From the time you make that decision that you're going to travel. From the time you book your trip to then going and coming back, it just takes you on happy land. You feel very happy. And another thing is it relieves you of stress. Especially now, we're going through a pandemic, and we know that we've been so cooped up in our homes. And the more we do that, the more we keep to ourselves, the more
we think a lot.
So, I just advise people, especially if you're living in a place like Gaborone or in a city, just take time out. You don't even have to go far, Mogolodi Game Reserve or Mogolodi Nature Reserve is just about 10 minutes away from us. Just go out for a day, spend a day on a game drive. You'll see when you come back that, your stress levels would have gone down a bit, It also keeps you quite active. I don't know anybody that goes on travel and
Sit put.
sit put, Otherwise, why would you have gone?
Yeah,
You find yourself up and about.
So you hit your 10,000 steps
Absolutely,
per day,
absolutely.
just from walking.
Just from walking.
Yeah.
From first thing in the morning, you get up, you go for breakfast, and that is, your day is spent up and about. Even here, I mean, if you go out on a safari, sometimes we're like, ooh, safari on its own is a lot of work. It gets you active.
Yeah.
So that is, and one other thing that I love about travel is that it gets you creative.
Yeah.
I personally draw a lot of inspiration from travel.
Yeah.
I personally draw a lot of inspiration from traveling. I know I love Botswana. I represent Botswana, but I also represent Southern Africa or Africa in general. I draw a lot of inspiration from traveling to South Africa. I haven't been in a year, and I already feel that my creative juices are. You can relate to that, right? Yeah, that is where I draw. I mean, everybody has a place where they draw inspiration from. And since the pandemic, I haven't been, and I can tell that already. I feel like my creative juices are on a low. But having said that, fortunately for us, I think the pandemic has also, the silver lining to it is that even though we cannot travel outside of the country, it has seen a wonderful boost in domestic travel.
Yes, you just read my mind. Because, a couple of years back, I got introduced to the word staycation.
Right.
I remember we used to have it on radio as one of their features. And even then, I didn't really understand or really embrace the word on what really staycation is. Can we talk about vacation, not staycation? But now it makes perfect sense. What staycation is, and we have amazing places in Botswana that one can go to relax, which we need now more than ever. So the places better than I. Okay. So we have amazing places in Botswana that we can go to. I love what you highlighted earlier on, that it doesn't necessarily mean drive for 4 hours or fly to another region. If you're in Gaborone, you can go to Mokolori or places around Gaborone. We have amazing hotels as well around that you can just go, grab your favorite book, just for a day, go there and just read a book and relax. But we have other amazing destinations in Botswana that one can go to. Maybe we haven't even been paying attention to them. Can you just share maybe top 3 of your favorite places locally that one can staycate at?
Wow. Right. There is plenty to do in Botswana. And the beauty about staycation in Botswana is that our product, or the Botswana, our travel destination, are nature-based.
Yes.
That on its own is a healer. We all know the natural powers that comes from being in the bush. And that is one of the health benefits that you get from traveling within Botswana. It's one of those destinations that you get also to connect, with your soul. I personally love Makgadikgadi sock pants. It is absolutely, it's one of those amazing places. We call it the land of nothing.
I can relate to.
It's fantastic. And especially now, in the dry season, this is the best time actually to travel to Makgadikgadi. You get to do ample of activities, your quad biking, interaction with the meerkats, bushman walks. It's a wonderful place. There's also the Okavango Delta,
Wonder to the eye.
Yes. If you love being pampered, why don't you book into, a camp that has a spa? You do have, camps and lodges within the northern part of the country that also gives you that, you can do Jau. It's one of our premium camps in the Okavango Delta. or you can do, there's Moana Safari Lodge,
In
you know,
Chobe,
in Chobe.
yeah.
You know, there's ample to do
Yeah.
around. There's
And-
also
and-
Tuli, you know, which is very much.
Yeah, before you get to Tuli, I just love the fusion that you just brought. You know, have yourself pampered with aromatherapy, relaxing massage, and overlooking the delta, or you have, you know, mighty elephant passing by.
Yeah.
Just that on
Just
its own,
listening
you know,
to the
just
sounds of
takes you
nature.
exactly.
Yeah.
It takes you away from the city vibes, you
Yeah.
know, and really have that time to connect with yourself.
Yeah.
So you were mentioning Tuli.
Yeah, Tuli is one of, you know, the beauty about traveling locally is that these places are all very much accessible. You know, you can decide you want to travel by road, by air, it's up to you, but all of them are pretty much accessible. And, you know, these fantastic specials that are happening currently. So if you haven't been, if you're from, you know, if you're in Botswana and you still have not traveled locally, please do that. This is the right time, especially during the pandemic. You know, if you want to fast track your healing, travel to the Delta.
Let's not put
no, don't find yourself. You know, sometimes you don't, as I mentioned earlier, you don't even have to go to the Delta. Book yourself in a local city hotel. You know, it's just you getting out of your home, you know, and just
to breathe
and being in a different environment. And as well, our travel destinations are very much kiddie friendly. You know, don't leave the children behind. Travel with children. They equally, you know, they equally need that.
Yeah,
you
they're
know
equally frustrated.
They're
actually,
equally frustrated.
The whole pandemic is new to them as well.
Yeah. I had my daughter saying to me that, "Mommy, can we just go somewhere?" You know, I go to school, I come back home. School, home, school, home. And you know, last year, October, we said, you know what, yes, we understand that, you know, we're in the middle of the pandemic, but can we just go somewhere?
Otherwise, we're going to lose ourselves.
Otherwise, we're just going to find ourselves, I don't know, you know, post-pandemic, we are not going to be here mentally, you know.
The one thing that I love that you just mentioning mental health, because we've seen a lot of negative factors affecting our mental well-being. Even the strongest people, you know, this whole pandemic is a new phenomenon, really. We need to take care of our mental well-being, our emotional well-being, our social well-being, especially with our families. And all we're saying is traveling can be one of the things to do to take care of those. So in closing, Ms. Epi, what can you say to our viewers out there?
I just want to encourage, you know, our people, take time out, travel, you know. We have been, and travel safe. Yeah, we understand that, you know, there is the pandemic happening, but you can also travel and travel safe. The beauty about our destination is that we have wide open spaces. So, you know, if you're worried about being in crowded destinations, no. In Botswana is wide open spaces. There's ample of social distancing. So take time out, travel, you know, take care of your mental well-being. And there's no better place than being surrounded by nature. So it's really to encourage that, you know what, take time out, go traveling, you know.
And just to add on that, just the way of assurance as well, our destinations, our hotels, our camps, they also have been regulated, so they are prepared in terms of COVID-19 protocols.
They have been.
So one can actually safely travel and book there just to go and relax.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is a good point that you mentioned, because there's what you call the SOPs, or standard operating procedures, that, you know, camps and lodges around the country, they are, you know, effective, that they are following those regulations. So you'll be safe, you know, as it's just upon you to, you know,
make time for
it, and follow the health and safety protocols.
And maybe if you're scratching your head wondering what to do, then City and Safari, just give them a call. They should be able to help you and guide you on where to go. So today's show really was to remind us that it's okay to take time out. We need it now more than ever with the challenges and the difficult times that we find ourselves in. And in Botswana, you can staycate. We have amazing destinations that Metsepi has taken us through that you can visit for you to be in touch with yourself, to open up your mind, to exhale, and just rejuvenate and recharge. That's the word, recharge. From me, Lucia Malabatsi, thank you very much for joining us today. And hopefully, you'll tell me about your traveling plans soon. And don't forget to travel safe. So continue to mask up, do carry your sanitizer around, keep your hands clean, and create those memories as you staycate in Botswana. Do join me again next week, Wednesday, for another beautiful, wellness empowering episode next week, Wednesday.